closer. Gotta be able to see me. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Oh. My crafting closet's open. I think I've mentioned that I build things, but you don't need to see my mess. Alright. Welcome back, my lovelies. Whisper219 here, and I can't get enough of the Outer Worlds. And I recently played it. Sorry. I recently played it pretty much almost to completion, and I practically blundered through that one because I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what the heck was going on with anything. So here I am. I'm back at the beginning, and I also made my character look a little bit more like me. Also, Parvati? Parvati is best bean. Okay. Vicar Max, Botanical Lab. Yeah.
Wish we had some better rations.
Nothing I can do about that.
Maybe if you diversified... Maybe if you diversified your production instead of just doing Saltuna.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with your marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Sounds good.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
Just the way it goes, I suppose.
So it goes. Space's Choice Cantina, General Store.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Holcomb, got my eye on you, girl. Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
What incident?
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
Okay.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Let me see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
Yes, I'm aware of how my merchant skill works. I'm not a dummy. Say what? So swings slower but hits harder. Okay. I gotta check with the vendors more often, because it seems more often than not that, you know, some of them have uniques. What's going on back here? Hello. We're actually good back here. Okay. I'll take that.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yeah. I feel weird about this too.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Oh, sorry, I was busy picking your nose. Parvati wanted to ask you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
Right, so what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Okay. Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
You make a compelling argument, I guess.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Oh, I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Ah! The level up thing always gets me. Like, without fail, always gets me. Look at it. Look at me. I look like a character from Destiny. Oh my. to that. Oh, and right. Gonna put 5 points to dialogue, 2 points into ranged, and the rest into tech. And actually, I'm gonna. Alright. Yes. Aware how those work too. And I am not going for flaws this time, because I'm playing on higher difficulty. On harder difficulties, the tactical time dilation is a lot more useful. Because I'm actually playing this on hard difficulty. I've died a few more times than I like to admit. But at least doing better. At least I know what I'm doing. It's more than I can say for the last time that I was here. Ah. Jeez. So, why? Milton Rays. Lifetime net value 4,289 bits. Rays. As in corporal rays? I'd have to ask her about that when I turn in my bounties. Leather boa. That is one chonky fellow. Ooh, hello. Primals. How best to approach this? Two primal behemoths. No time like the present.
Here we go!
Yeah, nope. Never mind. And that is why I quick saved. There's a lot of them.
Okay, gone quiet.
She said very, very loudly.
Here we go! Just got him! Nice hit! Ah!
Right. Fuck's sake. Fuck! Well, I did better. Your loading screen tip could be here. How about I just don't?
Okay, gone quiet. Go! Don't mess with us. Nice one. Nice one!
Nice. Now that's how you're supposed to do it. So at some point soon, I should probably get Pavati better armor. Orthrus.
That's the last of them.
Okay. that went smoother than I expected. Hello. Kane Van Acker. I'm a Spacer Choice ethnologist specializing in the fauna of Terra 2. Currently, I'm studying the hunting behavior of feral canids. It's the largest pack of feral canids I've ever seen in the Vale. In a sufficiently large pack, canids will hunt just about anything. This pack could probably take down a small group of primals given the chance. Smaller packs tend to give a wide berth to the primals roaming this region. Sprats and terror rays, however, are fair game for even a lone canid. They may not have encountered primals, but this pack of canids made quick work of a marauder camp they found. I am afraid I may have to move on before I can study this pack closely. I'll have to just leave my things for one of my assistants to pick up later. Well, the assistant didn't fare too well. Oh, right. This and wow. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Never mind. I'm just gonna add that, that. Just a junk. Need that. I don't need the Spacer's Choice pistol either.
Hey, that's a present.
Oh shit. Just sneaking out of the industrial sector for a couple of days, I think I finally have everything I need to build my own flying death machine. However, upon closer inspection, I'm not entirely sure all of these components will fit together properly. It's not like the board would build their mechanicals with custom-tooled parts, right? Everything would have to be modular for all these mechanicals to run efficiently. I'll tool around with things for a bit, see what I can put together. After a few hours of experimentation, things are starting to come together, but I still don't have it down to an exact science. For instance, there's something wrong with the memory processing core that can't seem to start out. When I tried to install it, the unit made a loud buzzing sound and refused to respond to any feedback. I removed it, whacked it with a wrench a few times, that seemed to stop the buzzing. Things seemed like they were working for a few seconds after I installed it again, but now there's a sharp clicking noise every few seconds and the damn thing's right stabilizer won't stop twitching. I'll try removing the processing core again and giving it a few more good whacks. That'll learn it. That's not how you fix things. While percussive maintenance can help with a lot of things, won't help with that. Okay. And I'm just break that down. Just break that down just for parts, basically. Oh, and say no to any of the tobacco stuff, because I don't like smoking. I saw that health bar pop up. Don't you mess with me. Right. I would, hello.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I want to talk.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about former workers living out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide? I promise I won't do anything rash.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Hi.
Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
You and me both. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to repair my ship.
Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Except I know where she is. Don't worry about it. I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
I'll leave you be. You speak polite and people... I mean, even in real life, people will just open up to you if you're just polite. A chicken.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. Can you imagine how it must smell in here? It probably smells humid, fresh, and clean.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Looks like you've made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why'd you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Although, I kind of want to say this. Something about coming back to town or losing power, I wasn't really listening.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
I mean, the cannery didn't seem to be doing well.
Under the plant. You should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Honestly, the reason why I feel fine about diverting power over to here rather than to the cannery is because if I have to hear that Spacer's Choice jingle one more fucking time, I'm gonna do something that everyone will regret. Storage. vending machine.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Workbench discovered. Okay. Now, is there a vending machine around here that I can sell to, or... Hello. Oh, that's where the power regulator is. Okay.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Seems like a
Those
good
are
idea.
good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
You mentioned 2 pads. What about the 3rd?
I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the 3rd's gone, I can't say.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
Would you? I'd be grateful.
I should go. Impact hammer. Yeah. 2 pounds over. Okay. That's 1 pound. That's 1 pound. Now I'm under. Yes, thank you. Map. So, warning. Like toxic smoke, maybe? And Automax. Shut up!
The control room should be off to the right. I
Yep.
hope we're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. Plant status. Right.
Gosh, that's clever.
Haha! Corrupt logic module. Huh. But this still doesn't give me what I need to get through. Oh. Passcode? Oh. Right, Thompson has the override for the entire place.
Nicely done.
Door's barred.
Not a peep from me. Here we go. Don't mess with us. Nice one.
Gotta shoot him in the dick, basically. Right. Nothing. Air flew up my nose. Ah. Phew.
Processing.
Oop.
Unexpected. Investigating.
Wow, not even a scratch! Here we go!
I love the bolter pistol. Just packs so much punch. Oh. Right. Okay. Down in the pit. Hmm.
Get away!
Boomst?
You're not real. You're not real.
Oh, I'm very, very real.
Great work!
Oh. Workbench. Honestly,
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
System.
You got him!
got it. Well, now that's intense. I can't imagine the heat coming off of that. How about no? Steam's off. Nothing. Hello. Yeesh. Guy died by steam burns. That's not pleasant. Modify armor. Mod skill kit. Can I say no? That one. uses melee weapons all that much.
Go away, Phantom!
Oh. Right.
Systems performing in.
Got it. I'm not proud of how many shots that took, but... Shortcut's now open. And over here... Jeez. Again, I cannot imagine how hot it would be even just standing right here. Any part of your body that's not reflective in the IR spectrum would be roasting.
You're not real. You're not real.
Is there a shortcut down here? Or... No. Who built this place? Oh, right. Spacer's Choice.
No, no, no. Just leave me alone.
Something over here?
Go away, Phantom. Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
Wasn't trying to startle you. Most people don't see me coming.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Maybe you shouldn't be eating them in the first place.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Right. How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Yeah, as long as he has water. What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Mm-hmm. What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
That was horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Been down here this whole time? How'd you not starve?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So, you ate sprats.
Braised. Boiled. Charred. Skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
I'm not gonna argue with that. Desperation, anything tastes good.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Oh, that's your workroom? Right. Was that before or after you became a Sisty Pig Tycoon?
Oh, before. Definitely before. Sisty Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
Hmm. You worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them, despite the fact that I just killed all of them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I'll deal with the mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
Right.
I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Only a little.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
I'll just excuse myself. Thank you. Thank you, Higgins. Hey. On that copy. Hold on. I think I heard someone at the door. Alright, well, those people were just the Jehovah's Witnesses of energy contracts. It's a new experience for me. Modify behavior. Okay. Find intruders. Spacious choice auto mechanicals. Now any that remain will just attack each other. Though I'm pretty sure I wiped all of them out. So... basically just save me some trouble. Alright. See the magma flowing, so... Alright. And looks like it's working.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Alright.
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
He tells me Edgewater's gonna die without workers in power.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I see your point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
You got a good heart, Vati. Fortunately, Mr. Thompson does not. I always feel guilty about this, and I really shouldn't. There's... Mr. Thompson hates the deserters because they left. And Adelaide hates Thompson for what he did. And so it doesn't matter. I mean, both of them suck. So I'm just going with the one that actually has sustainability, because that Saltuna cannery is not gonna last. Corporate's not sending them the supplies they need to survive, because that would cut into profits. So, fuck you. Ah. There is no way to get a power converter outside of the power regulator outside of this. There is no have your cake and eat it too. What was that? Couldn't hear you over the sound of gunfire. Faux windows. Honestly, Edgewater had its chance.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Free to teach you a lesson.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
You're dying. Adelaide had the right idea. I had to make you see that.
Adelaide? Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer.
For your actions.
Suffer. All you've done is satisfied her hatred. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Sorry about all this, Reed.
Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
I'm leaving. have to do any of this. I didn't want to have to kill any of you. I didn't choose any of this. I didn't choose to be woken up. I didn't choose to be dragged into this. These fights are not mine. But now that I am awake, this is now my colony just as much as it's yours.
Is this your ship?
Ah.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Those deserters left Edgewater behind. Nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you along. Make a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Like I said at the beginning of the stream, Pavati is best bean.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Understanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Climbing on up. And chunk. Sound of a happy engine never gets old.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
That third response. The tool he was thinking with was definitely not a wrench. That boy's head over heels for you.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Let's get back to it. Ow.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Installed the power regulator.
Within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here then.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good. Been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
About this Gladys person, how do I know I can trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Fine, I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use. Thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. So apparently the compressor works on the OBS side, but it does not actually work on the the end user side for my headphones. So that's a thing. Accept. Yay, now I have companion abilities. This one is a really good one. It's just a case of just like, oh shit, I'm full up on items. Okay. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Bedford. Okay. Shrink ray. That. That.
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination. Now we're arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Anytime I hear a place described as top secret,
I'll lock up behind you.
it always makes me... It always makes me giggle because it's just like, we found the top secret facility. Well, it's not very secret if you manage to find it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work?
Still just as loud as before.
Damn it, blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments.
Uh-huh.
And securing myself.
Knock, knock. Open up the door.
Yes, I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
I never noticed the welcome mat before.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
What it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the Hope. I mean, I didn't ask to be dragged into, interstellar conflict, but I appreciate you reviving me.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
I'll just take a look around.
Please, by all means. Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp.
Or I just
Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Is that on there? Is that on your arm there? Like some sort of diagnostic kit.
Ah, your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, in case you were prone to vomiting.
What was that?
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
Mm-hmm. These escape pods. Very minimalistic.
I wish I could do that.
Nice. And I'm going to need more mag picks, but I usually find a whole bunch of them. Or I could just buy it from vending machine.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Let's talk when you're free.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
I wish I could hug you. if there was a hug button, that's all I would do. I would just spend time just hugging adorable crew members. Alright, gonna break that down. That, and that. And then just here, just boop. And just keep that, keep the helmet for if/when I need it. And with that, I think I'm gonna leave it here, because I love this game so much, and I love playing it, and I love playing it for you guys, but I'm getting a little tired, and today's been a little bit of a weird day. But thank you all for watching. See you again on Wednesday. Probably going to be playing more of this. Don't forget to stay safe, wash your hands, wear the mask, and overall, just be good people. See you again on Wednesday. Love you all. Thanks, and bye-bye.